For this video, our main focus will be Snapchat. Overview will be what is the application, which is Snapchat, what I just said. How is it used? What is it used for? How to use the application. Different features which I'm very happy with. Some of the features that Snapchat provides for its users, which is ease of use. And it's not a Snapchat so far to a lot of people have brought a bad name for say it's for sexting and so forth, but it's a great way to communicate with friends and families and even people at work. Or you want to carry across your product with advertising, we'll also touch on one of the features. So we go through navigate through the application, the different platforms the application can be used with, which is of course is your, I'll say them right now, which is your desktop. You can use it through your mobile device or your tablet. Most commonly it will be used through your mobile device because that's one of the most common platforms that a lot of users are using today. And then we'll talk about terms, conditions, privacy, security, which is probably important just so you know what your content is being used for, what are your privacy rights, what are the do's and don'ts when using this application. So let's go on the website. So when you go on to snapchat.com, this is what pops up. Big yellow screen, right? So let's scroll down. So you're on the home site. We'll go to the blog. We'll go to the blog first. So this on the blog, it gives you the in and know what to know about Snapchat, what is coming, what's new, what's the next big story. You talk about snap codes, talk about the transparency reports, introducing Discover, which is a new feature that they just started implementing. Of course, just started to us. It's been posted since January 27, 2015. So it gives you how to use it. It gives you, Snapchat gives its users a step-by-step on what to do when they're using their services, their application, their platform. So in the Snap Cache, this is all features that comes up on Snapchat whenever there's something new. So that's the blog. And talks about jobs. Looking for a job? Join our family. Right, so it can show you different job titles that are out there right now, the departments where they need you, they need executive information security engineer, technical recruiter, human resources, which is not bad, right? Our next we'll talk about is support. And to me, support is one of the biggest features. It's the how. How do you use this application? How do you use Snapchat? So it gives you how-to tutorials, a step-by-step, getting started, what you need to do, tricks, sign up, your email, the whole 9 yards, what the pros and tips, just to help the users navigate through its application. You talk about snaps, what snaps are, pictures of videos meant to be taken and shared with friends or on Snapchat in real time. Snapchat can be viewed for up to 10 seconds depending on the amount of time the user chooses. Right, so it gives you the know how to use this. A lot of the social media resources doesn't necessarily give you the step-by-step instructions, but over Snapchat have definitely put their customers first when it comes on to showing you how to use your application. It talks about stories, live stories, Snap Cache, Discover, filters, snap code, selfies. It talks about friends, account settings, which is probably very important when it comes on to privacy. So let's click on account settings and see what comes up. So login verification, display names, anything that protects you, power save modes, or changing your privacy settings, setting your phone number, be careful what information you put out there, setting a verifying email address, opting out of find friends. It gives you what you need to know, deleting your account, changing your password, reset or forgetting password. It helps you on a step-by-step basis for its users to go about using their services, as I said earlier. All right, let's back up for a minute here so I can go back home and go to another feature. Boom, boom, boom. One moment, please. Why is it not doing it? Let's go to the blog real quick. And let me scroll back down to the bottom. Alright, so this is your blog. As I just mentioned earlier, we're about to go back home. Or big yellow scroll back down. This is Snapchat link, gives you a link to its Twitter account as well, so you can follow it just to keep the linking. Of course, in the know, learn new things, see new things, what's going on Snapchat right now, what are people sharing right now around the world. So you can get Snapchat for your Mac devices or your iOS devices or your Android device. So if you click on the website or the link, you go to the App Store for Apple. And it shows you different information, of course, the languages, what version you're getting, the ratings, customer reviews, information you need to know about using it from the Mac perspective, from Apple perspective. And then here, same thing, you can talk about Google Play. I'm using Windows, so you install Snapchat on your computer. I'm using a computer right now, or you can use any mobile device. Use the information you need here, when last updated, content rating, languages, version, so forth, amount of installs, so forth. So snap codes, I clicked on snap codes earlier just to make sure that all links are working. This time when I clicked it, it wasn't working. And talk about geo filters. So how this works is, say you're in a certain geographical location, you can type in where you are and you will see posts from different people, and it comes on to different art, right? Or different different images that they would like to in your area at that time that people are sharing. And based off where, as I said, it's based off your location. Let me step back as well. And then your safety center, of course, safety is very important, especially with children. It gives you a video and it gives you what it's about and how to be safe, community guidelines, safety, parents and teachers, what they need to know about using it. Photos, talk about sex lies and investigating the use of Snapchat, self-destructive messages, universal, gives you how to protect your friends, your family when they're using this, their services. Let's back up here. And let's go to, you have your overview and your frequently asked questions, just in case. And talk about advertising. What's one of the biggest things you use Snapchat for, which is advertising and getting your point across, or trying to find people. Of course, Snapchat is the best way to reach a certain demographics, which is 13-34 years of age. More than 60% of the U.S. 13-34 year smartphone users are Snapchatters, which is a good percentage of people you're getting in contact with using this product, so using these services. 2 billion videos every day on Snapchat, which is great. It comes on 100 million daily active Snapchatters and growing. So it gives you how to advertise and how it will be beneficial if you market through using Snapchat services. So this is me scrolling through, and of course these freaking last questions that it says. It gives you general guidelines as well. The prohibited ads, what are your applicable guidelines. So it gives you your overview of firearms, weapons. Ads for the following products service are prohibited. So it gives you what you can and cannot do. Product services, you have cigarettes, products, services that bypass copyright protection. You have get rich quick schemes. Make sure you use it be illegal or recreational drugs or drugs paraphernalia. Make sure those are not on the site. Any illegal conduct, product, and enterprise, right? You're using restricted ads and our pharmacies and pharmaceuticals, ads for contraceptives, ads for financial services. Certain things are not allowed on this site because of their users. Let's go back here. All right, this is advertising that I just went to. Let's go back all the way to the bottom. All right, let's go to political guidelines. So political guidelines, of course, Snapchat is all about stories and political ads that become an important part of our nation's storytelling. But political advertising that appears in Snapchat has to be right for our users, and it has to be lawful, which is the big bottom line right here that is saying. So contents can be threatened, just as graphic violence, nudity, obscenity, or anything else that violates our advertising guidelines. You have your Snapchat rights. Snapchat will review political ads on a case-by-case basis, advertising for non-US campaigns. And then just to give you guidelines for those political contexts that might show up on Snapchat. And it talks about inquiries, promotional rules, brand inquiry. So if you have any questions or anything you want to ask the Snapchat support, you can go ahead and ask them through your inquiry, which, as I said, is very helpful for users. Go back to the main, and I think I need to touch on a few more things. Let me back up one moment. Okay, let's go to term of use, and then finally we go through the privacy policy. It's all about having fun. What audience of privacy, your user content. your feedback, Snapchat content that you should be aware of, probably activities, the do's and don'ts, as I explained a little earlier. Use a little bit more extras and more, and as well in detail of what you should be worried about. So account security, make sure the users are being protected. Modification of services, of course, they will inform you whenever there's any modification. Copyright policies, you have your disclaimers. Scroll down here, you have applicable laws, severity, complete agreement, questions and comments, which as well, of course, our customers are number one. So any concerns you have, you can also contact Snapchat for that purposes. And then your privacy policy. What should we collect? Snapchat gives you a down, a bottom line up front per se on what they collect from their users. And it gives you what you should know: device information, content information, use information, device phone book and photos, location information, just so you know what they're taking from you whenever you use their services. Information process. How we share this information is a good thing, just so you know where information is being used as a user. And then talk about message deletion, and protect yourself as well. And talk about, of course, the children. And it says we don't direct our services to anyone under the age of 13, which is disclaimer here. So that's pretty much how to use Snapchat. It's a pretty easy tool when it comes on advertising and staying in contact as well.